Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Greatness Game. Another awesome night, beautiful night, grateful night. 14 episodes with you guys, meeting every night over a glass of wine, a cup of tea, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of training to move forward in these crazy times. So my name is Dina Patton, and I am the owner of Greatness Training and author of The Greatness Game. And my passion is mental toughness, leadership, and greatness games in people. So one of my biggest things that I love doing is helping people do epic stuff, in the world. in other words, helping them fulfill their biggest dreams and fulfill their biggest potential and their purpose. And tonight, I really want to dive into something that gets in the way of a lot of people, especially the bigger you dream, the more you can get in your own way, right? Has anybody ever gotten in their own way? Yes. I see your hands, because we have all gotten in our own way of our dreams and even our purpose. So I want to talk tonight about sabotaging ourselves, because you might not even know you're doing it or know that you're a part of doing it, and how to identify it. So one of the things that I just love seeing is seeing how people can go from not knowing about this at all to really identifying how they're getting in their own way and sabotaging their dreams, sabotaging their progress, sabotaging their income, and not even know it. And they go from that to very empowered, very aware of how they're doing it, breaking through that and changing those behaviors. When we change our behaviors, we change our results. Woo woo! Right? We want to change our results for the better. So a couple tips around this, because especially in challenging times, when we click down into more of a type, challenging time like we're in right now, people tend to not be aware of their behavior and their mindset. So this is actually the time to be very aware of who you're being, how you're thinking, and how you're living life. So this is what I want to start off by saying is, hopefully you are still dreaming. You are still, just because we're going through a challenging time doesn't mean your dreams aren't worthy. Your dreams, your income, your business, whatever you're up to in your life, we need to be still loving on that thing. And even maybe if you can't pour money into that like you normally do, you can still move it forward. There's 100 ways that you can move things forward without putting money into it. So first and foremost, before I get started, I want to say thank you for joining me, whoever is on here. Let's see. Hi. Oh, Heather. Hi, Heather. Mwah. Tristan, Sheila. Hi, Sheila. Heather says 100%. Hi, Patricia. Welcome into the Greatness Game. So what I want to start off with saying is this. This is probably my 7th video today, video or Zoom, because it was a busy day today. And every single conversation that I had today had something to do with this topic. And I just want to touch on just a couple things from today that I really observed. I had a 7:30 a.m. mastermind, and my dear friend Andrew, and in that I could just see his gifts working. He is a very gifted connector. He listens to what you need and connects you with this person, right? That's a gift. And when we bring our gift forward, it's one way to kind of say to the universe, like, I'm moving forward. This is my gift. This is my superpower. And when we stay in that forward flow, that is first and foremost, without even doing anything else, that's first and foremost a way to keep moving forward. And when we're moving forward, we're receiving, which is going to be my second point. And so when you're in your gifts, when you are out in the world via Zoom, via email, like all the different ways that we are today, it's really important to still be using your gifts. His gift is connecting, right? My gift is encouragement and greatness. So when you are in action around your gifts and your superpowers, some people call it purpose, it creates this movement which automatically helps keep away the sabotage, okay? So you might be resourceful. You might be all about love. You might be a connector. You might be an encourager. You might be a motivator. Maybe your superpower is fun. So let me tell you this story. My friend Denise, she might even be on here too. She is a neighbor, and we're like a neighbor group that we've been playing and doing barbecues with for years and years. And, we're all in this quarantine together. And she said, we're going to have a nightly family game night. And there's 14 families that we do this every night. And she's creative. She's an architect and she's creative. And she created this nightly games that we're playing every single night, all of our families. And it's so fun, and that's part of her gifting that she's doing right now. She's bringing fun to our group. So I have to say, first and foremost, bring out your gift and see how you can use it. That's going to move you forward and keep you away from the scarcity, the smallness, and the sabotage. I just realized those are 3 S's. All right, so gift in action, number 1. So the second thing is all about receiving. And receiving is a really big part of playing big and playing in your greatness. And this is why. When you're playing a greatness game, maybe it's a big dream. It might be small, but I'm going to use this example. That you have a big dream that you're pursuing in 2020. Receiving is a really big part of your dreams happening. If you cut off the receiving and you're trying to force your dream to happen and you're doing it by yourself, it's not going to happen. There's such a magical part of being a good receiver. And what I mean by that is how you receive one thing is how you receive everything. So what I want you to do is think about that for just a second. Like, even if you're in Circle K and someone compliments you, are you ugly about that compliment, or do you receive it? If someone opens the door, do you receive it? If someone does something for you, do you receive it? So are you a good receiver? And a lot of people don't talk about that when you're talking about, a big dream. And so it is so important to be a good receiver when you are playing big games in your life, even small games, right? So I don't mean smallness games, I mean smaller games. So super, super important. I do a receiving prayer. Part of my prayer and meditation every morning is doing a receiving. Like, I receive the blessings that are coming to me. I receive the clients that are coming to me. I receive the money that's coming to me. I receive the friendships that are coming to me. Like, I just open my mind, body, spirit to the receiving that I need, that sometimes I don't even know what I need for the next, none of us do. We don't see the full staircase of our dreams and our path and our journey, right? So I want to welcome in a few more people came in. Hi, Tristan. I love your wave. Hello. I wish this was more like Zoom where I could hear you and see you. So welcome in. Hi, Kimberly. Derek. What? Derek's in the house. Everybody say hello to Derek. I love you. Mwah. So good. Jessica, welcome. Dolores, hello. Welcome in. So, Tristan, I'm guilty of not liking to receive compliments or help. Part of sabotage, my friend. Part of sabotage. So thank you for that transition, is when we don't receive help, when we don't receive compliments, it's like we've built a wall, right? I think it's part trust issues. It's part, we don't want the guilt, or we have all these stories around receiving, right? But I promise you, I have been doing this too long. I have coached thousands of people to do big, big, big things, epic things in the world. And so many people, their part of their journey was having breakthroughs around receiving. They were in that same place, Tristan, like, I don't want help. I don't want, I want to do it on my own. And this is the thing, that's kind of ego. It could be ego. It could be trust issues. It could be a million things. But this is the point I want to make. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve your greatness. It doesn't serve your dreams. I know the big dreams that I have for both of my businesses, like, there's no way I can get there by myself. I mean, constantly on the phone with friends, mentors, my coaches, masterminds. Like, I am always elevating my businesses, my ideas, my speeches, my programs, like, always elevating. And I'm not doing it by myself. I'm reaching out and asking for help. But I have to be a good receiver. So how you receive one thing is how you receive many things, everything. So that is a really big point. And I just want to reiterate something is it's not just about money, like receiving money. Money is only a piece of the pie. It's opportunities. It's connecting. One of the big things that I'm really about right now is being a good connector, like listening for what people need in their life and connecting people. And for me, I had to get better at this, you guys. I had to get better at asking for what I need. Like right now, like I mean, just to give you an example, like I'm looking for a nonprofit lawyer to do a couple hours of pro bono work for my nonprofit. Like that's something that I've reached out to my networks for. I've also I need someone who's an expert in GoFundMe and what's the other one? Kickstarter. I've been asking about that. I just got a connection to that, right? So we have to ask for what do we need next in our business or in our life, in our dream, right? So receiving. So how are all the ways that we sabotage that? First and foremost, just mindset. Like, I don't want help. I don't need help. That, my friend, is a lie. You do need help. Everybody needs help. Why do things by ourselves, right? So let's give up the thought that we have to do everything on our own, right? Maybe that's an old story from your childhood because you had to be in survival mode or, you had to do things by yourself. But you don't have to bring that into your present and into your future, right? You can say, I receive help. I receive the most amazing connections. I ask for what I want. Right? All of that, all what I just said is all greatness. It's all coming from greatness. What smallness says, I don't need anybody. I have to do it alone. No one's going to help me anyway. Do you hear that? No wonder we get stuck. No wonder we become a wall, right? So if we're going to really move our business or move our life, move our income, move a dream, move our health, you want to lose 20 pounds? For me, I had to get a personal trainer. I couldn't do it on my own. I very clearly, you guys, I am very clear in what my strengths are and what my weaknesses are, and I hire my weaknesses. I do not pretend I can do it by myself. I always hire my weaknesses. So it doesn't matter, when I was learning sales, I didn't know sales. Sales is a learned skill. Just because you're a business owner you don't know how to sell unless you've trained in how to sell. So how to, marketing. Marketing is, people get degrees in marketing. It's massive, right? We don't come out of the womb knowing how to market. So be, graceful with yourself and be great with yourself and, little ease and grace because we're always learning. We're always in a learning curve. So welcome, Stacy. One of my awesome calls today. Love you. Mwah. I was just saying today was like back to back to back. So many calls. They all landed on one day today. So I had an hour break for dinner and then I'm on here with you guys. So it was a busy day and so great. And I just, I'm so present to people's gifts and how people are showing up right now. Whether that's in your family or for yourself or for your business, for your team, for your community. I'm so thankful for, like I told you, my friend Denise, who's a neighbor, and we have these 14 families that, we play this game every night, and it's fun. And it's just something that creates connection and creates fun. And that's one of her gifts, right? And she's making a difference for our group. And that's how you guys, can stay in forward thinking, is how can I use my gifts right now for my family, for my community, my groups, my church, my team, who needs you right now? Who needs your voice, your ideas, your gifts? So welcome. Hi, Teresa. So good to see you. I wish I saw your face. I wish this was Zoom. I could see everybody. Hi, Latricia. So good to see you. Whoop, whoop. Mandy in the house. Alexis, hi. Welcome. Welcome to the Greatness Game. So what I want to know in the comments, you guys, what is one gift right now that you can identify that you're using? Like Denise, fun and connecting is hers. Andrew's connecting is his. Mine is encouragement. I've heard a couple people say caring. They're the caring one, and they're doing a lot of caring at their church. So I would love to know, what's your one or two gifts, superpowers that you're using right now, or that you want to use right now? Of course, Heather. Positivity. My dear friend Heather. Pecan Heather. I love you. And you, every time I think of you, I think of like banana bread and pumpkin bread. Heather owns one of the biggest pecan farms in New Mexico. I think I got that right. So I always think of like delicious breads and pies every time I think of her. So you're amazing. I love you. Shar said encouragement and hope. I know you, Shar. And yes, you are like a ball of encouragement. Oh my gosh, you are so flippin' amazing. Patricia, organization, awesome. And Patricia, I would say, oh my gosh, she is such a light. Like when I think of Patricia, I just think light. She's such a light and joy everywhere she goes. That's my opinion. So what is your gift? What's your superpower that you can like stake in the ground? Like, this is what I'm going to give to my family, my community, my church, my team. Like, share, guys, share your gifts. Stop thinking, who needs this? No one needs this gift. No, blah, blah, blah. Smallness, right? So the world needs your gifts right now. Let me tell you guys a story. I told this today, so I had a media interview today, and they know that I was involved in 9/11, and they asked about that story. And so it reminded me about what I did at 9/11, because I was at the towers at 9/11, and this very much reminds me of 9/11. And so the after walking home in 5-inch heels, 6 miles, like all the other New Yorkers, in shock and just crying, and it was a horrible, horrible day. All of us experienced it. Jessica, motivator, whoop, whoop, visionary, love it. Yes. I got home that night and I'm watching the news, and, I was there, and, when you're in something like that, you don't really know the bigger story. And it wasn't until I got home and watched the news and saw what happened that day, and the Pentagon and all of that. And, like a lot of people, just went into a lot of fear and a lot of survival and all of that. And then I had this like moment, I think it was just this God moment that said, you need to go down there tomorrow and just serve. And I'm thinking, okay. So I went down to the towers where they collapsed, and I, like many New Yorkers, and just served. And I was in the triage unit for 2 or 3 days, and just, literally, it was, I can't describe the scene. It was just everybody doing everything. And the blessing of that was being of service and helping. And, what I brought was my encouragement. That was, I was doing things, yes, but I was the encouragement for the team. I think there was 50 people that, just were exhausted. And I was kind of the motivator and the encourager and kept people going. And I look back on that time and, that's what we do. And that's what we need to remember, that our gifts are so needed, especially in times where it's challenged and people are stuck and scared. That's when our gifts are most needed. But what the magic was I, about 3 or 4 or 5 days after 9/11, I met a gentleman and we came up with an idea, and it was we enrolled this art studio that was empty, and he asked, can we use this for a gathering place for New Yorkers to come and tell their stories and bring pictures and poems and everything. So I won't tell you the whole story, but the long story short of it is another gift of mine is, a lot of people know it, like marketing and PR. And so I put the word out of saying, here's this gathering place, bring your stories, bring yourself, let's connect. And what that ended up being was the September 11th photo project. It was the biggest project of 9/11. We had thousands of pictures and thousands of stories and thousands of people participating, and 500,000 people went through our project. And the project went on a full year tour I worked with the Pentagon for 6 weeks, and then went on to other cities across the country. And it was all about healing America. You guys, it was my gifts and his gifts, and we literally just created it out of serving. And so what I can tell you is, that was not the intention. The intention was to move all these poems and candles from the parks. They were getting ruined in the elements, and just move them inside so people had a place to bring like poems and pictures of their loved ones. And that project ended up being a permanent exhibition in the New York City Library. And it is the largest project of 9/11 that represents the healing of 9/11. So it is, what I can tell you is I just started with the thought, how can I serve? And then how can I serve tomorrow? And then how else can I serve? Where else is my gifts needed? And that's how we make a difference in the world. That's how we're world changers. That's how we connect. My gifts need your gifts, and I need your gifts. And then we make something great, So it's just so powerful when we get out of our own way, stop sabotaging ourselves with, it doesn't matter and I don't matter and my gifts could, I'm stuck in my house, blah, blah, blah. So am I. I'm stuck in my house, right? But I'm trying to make a difference here, right? I'm using what I've got. You use what you've got. So every single one of you has a dream. Every single one of you has purpose, superpowers that you could be using right now. And that's, maybe in your own family, something that me and my husband did with our family. We have never, in 17 years of being married, we have never all gotten on like a Zoom call or something like that. And we did, we had a family fun, it was like 2 hours, and we played online games together with all the kids, and it was so fun. But, that was me, bringing that connectiveness and like, let's keep each other encouraged, right? So I want you guys, hopefully that story wasn't, I'm trying not to be too long, but hopefully that was not too long. You get my point that your gifts are needed. And all I did in 9/11 was I just tried to serve and use my gifts. And I'm trying to serve and use my gifts and encourage you to use your gifts. You guys are so powerful. I see each one of you. I love your notes and your DMs and your emails. They make a difference for me in this journey. So let me just wrap up. Is my two biggest points is get in action around your gifts. They are needed. Find somewhere, something. Just start. Tomorrow, start sharing your gifts somewhere and somehow. The second thing is not letting your smallness run the show right now and sabotage where you need where you need to be moving forward in your dreams and your life, and how you receive. One thing is how you receive everything. So being a better receiver. Can we all say, I am an awesome receiver? I heard you just all say that. So I am an awesome receiver. I receive the things that I need, that I know I need, and I also receive the things that I don't know that I need. You know, so many blessings come to us, and we didn't even know we needed that thing or that purpose or that person. So be a good receiver of opportunities, of connections, of money, of prayers, of help, of support. We all need it, right? Be a good receiver. And don't let that smallness sabotage you. You tell it to go stuff it. You do not serve me or my dreams or my life. So let me read some of these comments. Oh my gosh, Shar, I didn't know that you saw that project. That's amazing. Zoom. Oh my gosh, Zoom. Like, my whole business is virtual because all of my clients are around the country. My team training, I'm training, you know, what I train is disconnected teams, like teams that are kind of falling apart and disconnected. Well, now teams are really disconnected. And so I do all of my training via Zoom and virtual. And let me tell you, it is such a blessing because we can serve more people. We can serve more people with technology. And that's the power of technology. So powerful. So, yes, good. Well, I am so blessed to be with you guys. The challenge or homework, don't you love it? Every night I give you homework. I don't know if anyone's doing it, but I do challenge you. Because this is the thing. This is about you and your mental toughness, your leadership, your greatness games. I'm going to push you. You know, some people are... I am getting haters right now for pushing people into their greatness. And guess what? Hashtag not my tribe. Not my tribe. Like, bless and release. I am about moving forward. Again, comfort and care. I'm taking care of myself. I do have boundaries. I'm sleeping 9 hours a night. You know, me and my daughter went for a little bit of a drive tonight. You know, I'm getting my boundaries in. You've got to get your self-care in. You've got to have some balance. And we move forward. Even if they're baby steps, little baby steps. Some people are like, no baby steps. I'm moving forward like with velocity and power. So that's awesome. But not my tribe. If you don't want to move forward right now, that's okay. Bless and release. You don't have to listen. But I want you to know that you are encouraged around your dreams, around your business, around your career. Who you're being and how you're showing up is really important. So the homework or the challenge tonight it's a reflection. And the reflection is this. Ask yourself where you're sabotaging yourself. That's it. Where are you sabotaging yourself, your income, your dreams, your greatness thinking, your power to receive? You know, where are you sabotaging yourself? All right, so baby steps of greatness. And remember that your future needs you, your past doesn't. Your past is done. Grab those golden nuggets that you need, and we're going in your future. Your future a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, it needs you right now, right? And only you can answer that, what your future needs from you right now. So no need for haters. Whoop, whoop. Not my tribe. I gave up convincing people and converting people that they have to play my games. They don't have to play my games. I have a certain style of coaching and speaking, and certainly I love my haters, and I am not in a game. I am not in the game of everybody likes me or everybody like me. Not the game I play. I had to give that up a long time ago. When you get in front of hundreds of people as a speaker, you get on that stage and you're playing the game everybody like me. Wrong game. Not a game I want to play. So I know that I'm here to serve, certain people. That's okay. That's all right. I love you guys. So give me some hearts. Give me some hearts if you're that greatness tribe. So that's the reflection. Where are you sabotaging yourself? And hopefully that will open up some insight for you so you can stop sabotaging yourself. So, hi, Nikki. You're coming in right at the very end, but I love you anyways. Go back and watch it. I think we talked about a lot of good things. Thank you for the love. Oh, the hearts. Love you guys. All right. So episode 15, you guys, I have a treat for you tomorrow night, and show up 7:00. Let's go with a margarita tomorrow night. I'm going to have a prickly pear margarita waiting for you. 7:00. We're going to have an awesome conversation. I can't wait. Love that you guys are Greatness Tribe, and you guys have a good night. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Talk to you soon.